What makes a good resume? In my opinion, a good resume is something that's short but also covers all the key points about yourself. So, by short, I mean not more than 2 pages and preferably under a page. The reason for this is that recruiters spend anywhere from 5, maybe 10 to about 30 seconds looking at every resume because they have to look at hundreds. So there are a lot of different statistics. Some will say 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. But remember, it's about between 5 and 30 seconds that a recruiter spends looking at one specific resume. So what are the different sections of a resume? So I would say there should be 5 key sections. One is a summary. One is your set of skills. Then the next is your work experience. The next is your education. And the last one is anything that you do outside of work or academics. Now, a summary. A summary should be not more than 5 seconds of reading. The reason for this is it should be what the recruiter tells your hiring manager. So write it like a cheat sheet where the recruiter can just take the points off of that to tell the hiring manager, here's why we need to hire the specific person. The next is work experience or projects. There are 2 ways you can write something like this. The most common is reverse chronological. So you put your latest first, and then you just go backwards in time to your earliest or your first experience. The next one that I've seen some successful people do, especially when they're applying to very niche roles or specific roles, and that's called in order of relevance. So what you do is put your most relevant experience at the top, and then you go down the list that way. So your least relevant will be right at the bottom. Now, this is a little confusing to readers of the resume, but if you've written your summary well, you should be good in this section as well. Now, the third is your education. It should be simple. On most occasions, you want to put it as reverse chronological or highest on top. If you have any relevant certifications, definitely put those in. If there is something that's not very relevant or too old, you might want to ignore it. But generally, having a couple of lines of education is really good, and it does no harm. It doesn't take up a lot of space either. Now, the last section is non-work related. So, for example, do you write a blog, or do you volunteer somewhere, or do you have a YouTube channel, for example, or do you do something else? Are you on the board of something in your community and stuff like that? So definitely put those in. The only thing that I would say is, if it's too old or if it's way off of the role that you're applying to, then you should probably ignore it. So these are the 5 sections, and just to summarize, what I would say is a resume should be readable between 5 and 30 seconds. It should have 5 sections: your summary, your skill sets, your work experience, your projects, your education, and anything else that's non-work work related. Okay, good luck.